Hey there guys, just wanted to make a quick video on the new Berghaus Hyper 100 for 2017, and I've got here the Hyper jacket from last year, and just to show you a quick comparison, they're about the same size on packed size, and I'll talk about the differences. So this is actually in a large. So that's 3.1 ounces. I did a review of this last year, and I'll probably do a follow-up review. And this is an extra large. This is the Berghaus Hyper 100, which is their new sub 100 3-layer jacket. And this is extra large, once again, 4.3 ounces. And just wanted to show you guys the tag there. It has a lifetime warranty, and it's pretty impressive what they've done with the jacket. So let me cut away, and I'll show you guys the jacket. So there you guys have the jacket, and I believe they had designed it where the arms are meant to sort of be up, and I'll show you guys later when I fit the jacket on. It doesn't ride up when you go up, so it's pretty interesting. There's really not much features. There's no stiffness to the brim in comparison to the predecessor. So the Hyper Smock 2 and the Hyper jacket sort of have this sort of a plastic layer that they laminate, which gives a little stiffness to the brim, which is not that present here. I mean, pretty much not present at all. I mean, it provides a little structure, this folded piece of the jacket, but this fabric is so remarkable, in my opinion. Alright, so here we have the jacket. I'll talk briefly about this. I will be putting this on later to show you guys the fit, but I want to talk about the fabric and how they manufactured the jacket and a couple of things that they mentioned specifically, and for those of you guys who have not seen any of the videos about the Hyper 100. A couple of features that they omitted. I'll like to speak about that in comparison to the Hyper 100, the Hyper jacket. Now, what's really remarkable is how durable this material is. I've had this jacket now for about 2 weeks. This is a 6 denier face fabric. It's a micro ripstop. You see there on the patterning. You've got an 8D backer, and you've got the membrane right in between that. Now that's their own proprietary fabric. They call it, I believe, the Berghaus Hyper Elite or Hydro Shell Elite. You've got some reflective cord there on the zipper, which is a very nice touch. A reflective logo on the left chest, and you've got that as well on the back of the hood. And that's well, since it's upside down, but that's basically the Extreme Lines logo. And Extreme is their pinnacle sort of technical piece, and they're bringing that back now in 2017. So they haven't added any watertight zippers. There's also a reflective label in there, and the waterproof storm flap. There's no adjustment. It's a pre-cinched hem, and you've got no need for pit zips. And for anybody looking for a regular jacket, this probably is not the jacket for you. This is a very highly technical, super ultralight piece. Got some pre-cinched cuffs here. The arms are a little too tight, which you will see later, and I have my qualms about that because it seems that whenever they make outdoor clothing, it always seems that I have to size up to an extra large now, and I'm not in the greatest shape in comparison to where I used to be, but I don't think that you should have to size up to a size or two above what you usually have to wear, just because they've been making more of the clothing for the tall, thin, or tall, slim athlete. And this particular piece is not great for those tall, muscular guys. And let's say sort of like that basketball player build, where you've got a tall person with big arms. The arms on this are meant for like a much thinner person for some reason. Anyway, let's talk more about how I would think it would be better for them in the future to kind of keep the same weight, but have a lot more people be able to purchase and wear this jacket. The torso is a little big, and you'll see that later when I fit it. It's very roomy. They could take some of that fabric and just add it to the arms, so you'll be able to maintain, you know, cut this a little bit slimmer on the torso and just put that towards the arms, and you'll have a jacket that's going to be a little bit more versatile for more people, and you can layer better. Anyway, I'm going to show you where they also did not have any seams here. So by saving on seams, you need less seam tape, so the jacket would weigh less, and it's also supposed to be more breathable. At least that's what I keep hearing from the manufacturers. And this jacket is amazing so far. The last 2 weeks I've had it, worn it out in the rain. I even wore this out with a backpack on. So I had a backpack on a couple of days. I wore this out in the rain, and as you can see, there's really no wear marks. So that's pretty impressive. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys the piece on and show you the fit. Alright, wanted to show you guys too that the zipper is very nice for a very thin, light zipper. So far I have not experienced any snagging really, and it's very easy to operate with one hand. And wanted to show you guys one of the biggest things about this in comparison to the Hyper jacket, which is that they did include a pocket. Now, a part of me wonders why Berghaus has still not just incorporated stuff pockets or stow pockets. You know, they always have the stuff sack, which is an additional weight, I guess, because you can have the option of just leaving it behind. For those who are gram counters, the stuff sack weighs in at 0.3 grams, 0.3 ounces. Again, 0.3 ounces, and you've got your care instructions right here, which is a very nice touch. And this fabric, I'm not sure if you can see that, it's almost like it has, glitter, the way it shines. And that's how thin the seam tape is that they're using right there. It's pretty thin, very light seam tape. Now, not sure if Patagonia has a patent on the Patagonia M10's construction, which is sonically welded seams, and I think Z-Packs does the same thing, where they bond the seams of the Cuban fiber or Dyneema fiber, whatever they call it these days. So there's a couple of other ways that these thin jackets can be constructed these days as well. It's got a pretty nice zipper here. I don't think you can fit a cell phone here. It's definitely, you could fit some protein bars, some goo gel or whatnot, a couple of Gatorade chews. Hey guys, just wanted to show you the fit.
of the Berghaus Hyper 100. So as the world's lightest 3-layer jacket, mediums go for, mediums weigh in at about 3.5 ounces or 97 grams according to the manufacturer's claim. This is an extra large, and this weighs in at 113 grams, 113.5, or about basically 4 ounces for this particular one. The stuff sack, I think, is the same, identical for those all sizes. And the stuff sack right here, which fits really nicely into the included pocket there, the zipper pocket, is 0.3 ounces. So all in all, this thing weighs 4.3 ounces with the included stuff sack. Has a pretty nice fitting hood, and the zipper goes up all the way above your chin. The zipper is on the left side, since most European companies usually have them on the left side. Definitely Berghaus does. So it'll be very similar to those that know the Asian market as well, like Uniqlo. So as you can see, it's a pretty nice fitting jacket, except for my build, which is a shorter, stockier build. This is an extra large. I'm 5'8", 205 pounds. And as you can see, it's pretty tight on the arms. So it's very hard to layer on the arms, but you could definitely put a puffy vest right here. I wish they kind of trimmed down on the torso, because that's more than what you really need here. And even I've got a dad bod these days, but I still don't need that much room here. The fabric they use here for the next version of this, I would hope that they would take the fabric from the torso area and just make the arms a little bit roomier. That way you can actually fit a lightly insulated jacket such as the Hypertherm, which is the Hydroloft 4 gram per meter squared, the 40 gram Hydroloft that they carry. Now, the one thing that I miss in comparison to the Hyper Smock 2.0 and the Hyper Jacket is that this doesn't have that tab down feature anymore. It doesn't have a watertight zipper, which I hope they would add, but I guess that would add too much weight. And it does still have that storm flap. What's really nice about it though is that it has a good amount of stretch. So when you're, even though the arms are a little bit tighter, and even for those guys who are, even bigger or more muscularly framed than I would be, like sprinters have a lot of muscle mass, the jacket has a good amount of stretch. So maybe even a 4-way stretch. So it's really good. The inner backer is really nice and soft on the skin. And I've been lucky enough to have some rainy weather a couple of days after this jacket arrived, and was able to wear this, and it's fairly breathable. Had this on with the Haglof's, what's the name of that? The Haglof's Limb Power Dry hoodie, and I was walking around fairly comfortable at 43 degrees Fahrenheit. And for active pursuits, this jacket would really do well with a nice, Polartec Power Dry underneath, and a vest. So I had that on, and it was about 39 degrees last night. I had the Power Dry on, Polartec Power Dry, with a Uniqlo down vest, and that fit pretty well. I tried the Hypertherm from Berghaus, and it does fit well enough underneath this. So for you taller, slimmer guys, definitely would fit well. I would recommend sizing up, and if you want to wear this as basically, or try it out as your all-around even winter jacket, this is an XL, so I'd even want to try like a double XL at some point maybe, if they have these out. But for now, I guess I just have to accept that this will be more of a spring and summer jacket for me. I was hoping to try it out as a winter jacket as well, since they've been marketing this as their Himalayan active pursuit jacket up to, I think they said 5,000 meters. So I would highly doubt that, at least for guys with shorter, stockier builds, because as you can see, this is an XL, and that's my entire arm right there. All right, thank you guys. I'm not sure how this video is going to match up, since I'm shooting it out of sequence. But yeah, check it out. This is the Berghaus Hyper 100. What's up, guys? Just sorry for the camera being a little misty. Perfect day to try out the Berghaus Hyper 100. And walking around New York City right now. And it's going to rain all day, so I'll be able to give you an accurate impression on the jacket's waterproofness and breathability, especially since I'll be walking around all day long, and we'll be able to check out that breathability. Used this a couple of times already and did pretty well. It's got a nice DWR coating, and so far it's doing pretty well. And it's about, I think, 54, I believe right now, 54 degrees. Got a nice fleece from Montbell, the chemise fleece, and it's working out pretty good. So again, it's the Berghaus Hyper 100, and I'll be able to give you guys a pretty good review on this in the next few hours.